Hey, so this is my latest thing I'm working on. I started to show, I think, in the last video. I don't know if I'm thrilled with Vincent's colors. Any color suggestions? He's the one in the red. Oh. I think Jim or Harold, or I think his real name's going to be Harold, but everybody calls him Big Jim. He looks like Big Jim. Gotta write that down, Big Jim. You know where they're eating? It's a little place called Mosterburgs. Monster, B-U-R-G-S. That's right. It's pretty brilliant. Actually, I'd love to open. Well, not anymore. I guess I don't eat meat anymore. But when I did, I wanted to open a place called Mosterburgs, which would have had a monster theme, like cave restaurant, and people terrorized you and crazy shit happened. Kind of like a Bugaboo Creek on crack or something. I used to love that restaurant. It was so cool. Very different with their talking trees and their singing moose. But after a while, that wears off. It's the same shit every day. I'm sure they update the software, but not very often. Not often enough. What was always my favorite? Snowbird chicken. Oh, that was so good. Their onion rings were good, or onion petals, or whatever the hell they had. And there was a steak there that was pretty good too. I don't even know if that franchise still exists. I'd like to know. Would you like to know? I don't really care. You're gonna know anyway. You will know unless you turn this off right about now. No. Nope, they still got a website active. Excuse me. If you haven't eaten there, you should eat there. It's supposed to be like the Canadian Rockies, I believe, was the theme of the restaurant. I like that. I like the sound. I'm just gonna minimize that. You ever see Harold? I think I posted Harold on Facebook. Somehow he's turned into a Muppet. When I get to that picture again, tell me if you think the same. He has Harold or Jim, who's now suddenly like Arnold Schwarzenegger instead of, Sylvester Stallone instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I regret these freaking blue lines too. Wish I hadn't done this. I'm assuming that's the Bugaboo Creek website. Does it look like a Muppet now? Am I crazy? He's eating a donut. Oh man, I love donuts. I wish donuts were good for you. It's like a woodpecker. We have woodpeckers here. Actually, maybe they're not stupid, but they actually hang on the telephone poles and do that. Digging for worms or whatever they're trying to. I don't think. Can you get anything from a. I guess anything could burrow into it. It's just wood. I haven't tried anything with this in a while. I really want to portray Vincent as a. Well, let me put them side by side. Or let me show you the three and see what you think. So, you got the original gangsta. I like this a lot. There's a lot. The quality of the picture, I think, is my favorite. It's the best thing. This is the picture that made me go, wow. Like I can step out my wheelhouse and like I can get there. I can get to where I want to be if I keep working. And I did this dwarf. Came out alright, but not really worth even lifting the book up. Then you start stumbling. And I hate this because like. I feel like I should correct these drawings instead of just moving on. But, there's so much wrong with it, I'd have to almost just erase the whole page at that point. I don't even know what it is. Some raccoon guy. And then I realized when I was drawing, it kind of reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy, but I never read that comic. I never even knew about that comic. And when they said they were making a movie, I was like, what? That's crazy. And then this guy, he reminds me of somebody out of that Bruce Willis movie, The Fifth Element, I believe it was. I don't know. He's a farmer, but he's got some mental issues. He wears a lampshade on his head, though it looks Asian. Ooh, was that racist? I don't even know if it's racist or not racist to say anymore. But I thought it'd be funny rather than it being one of those that you see them people working. That's not what I meant. That's good stuff. I like the sketchbook. I've been trying to draw Wilbur. Is that his name? Wilbur, yeah. And his nurse. But ever since I did that group photo where he looks like a Muppet, I love the Muppet look. Anybody watch the 100? Any of my sci-fi fantasy friends? I wish fans. Alright, now the Canadian Rockies are starting to piss me off. Yeah. Stupid Canadian Rockies. Blame Canada. That's what I said. Have you ever seen the South Park movie? If you haven't, you should. Because there's I think those guys are pretty smart. I think they tell a good tale and at the same time kind of have something to say, I guess. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. You must have so much fun watching me do these videos. Sometimes I'm easily distracted if you haven't noticed. Ooh, shiny. What is that? So those are the other Vincents, and then this is the one that I was. Oh, where did my screen go? I need to see what I'm seeing. That's what I was working on the other night. I haven't inked it yet, but I'm going to. I just want to finish this jacket off. Jacket off. I really didn't mean that. But now I'm going to say it all the time. Hey, you want to take your jacket off? I'm going to say that tomorrow when I go to work. It's going to be the first thing I say when I walk in the door. Hey, did you take your jacket off? I gotta fix the lapel. The other night I was saying in the video, oh, I've got these lapels down just the way I want them. They're very specific. And then I realized that there are some things about them. I want to make them a little bit more dicey. I want this guy to look like a villain, if you haven't noticed yet. I have a plot in mind. Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what I've got in mind up until the actual first book starts. I'll tell you their origin story. Actually, you know what? Let me start that on another video because we're at 8 minutes and it'd be more fun to tell it on another video. If I can just narrow